Welcome back to D20 Tactics. On this channel I play Dungeons & Dragons with my friends, and we explore combat scenarios and play out the tactics used to defeat monsters quickly and safely, giving you more time to get back to roleplaying. I'm your host and Dungeon Master, Saracen0, and today I'm joined by BlindOracle, AzureWolf, Fear No Equal, and LongFish. Together, we'll run through typical battles that adventurers might see playing Dungeons & Dragons. This is the 6th encounter in the gnoll-occupied outpost, so if you missed the start, you can find a link to it in the description below. Grab your dice, draw your sword, and let's jump into combat. Hit points, abilities, spells, items in hand.
35 hit points remaining, 1 level 2 spell slot, and my channel divinity.
Full at 31 HP. Missing 2 level 1s, still have 2 remaining, and all 3 level 2s have been used, along with my arcane recovery is gone.
Still sitting at 31 HP, no consumables to speak of.
35 out of 41 HP with aid, maul in hand, and I have second wind and action surge both available. Also, I'm immune to crits.
Thanks. Monster abilities. A shadow demon has risen up from the body that it was possessing. It's just going to try to fight you. Shadow demons are fiends. They're chaotic evil. They have stealth abilities. They are vulnerable to radiant damage and resistance to acid fire, necrotic thunder, bludgeoning, piercing, slashing from non-magical weapons. Other things like cold, lightning, and poisoning, they're just immune to. They're also immune to exhaustion, grappling, paralysis, petrification, poisoning, prone, and restraining. That's fun. They can move through walls and other solid objects. They are sensitive to light, but they have stealth, and they have claws. So that's going to be fun. Terrain. Let's take a look at the terrain layer. A lot of difficult terrain on the inside and some spikes on the outside. Why do I mention the spikes on the outside? Because it can move through walls and difficult terrain. So it doesn't really care about the difficult terrain, but you guys might. That's what that looks like. Tactics, what are you thinking?
Obviously, we want to try and wail on it while we can, but it can kind of go wherever it likes.
Yep.
Shadow Demon goes where he pleases.
Almost all my damage he's pretty much either halving or immune to.
I mean, same. That's going to be the case for all damage I can produce. He's going to be resistant to. I mean, we might as well also, burst on him. I feel like any damage that you can throw down early, you might as well just go ahead and throw down, unless you feel like you've got utility.
I still have the 2 flasks of holy water.
I thought the calculus was you're better with Sacred Flame than you are with Holy Water.
I mean, are fiends vulnerable to radiant damage? I don't think so, right?
Depends on the fiend. This particular one is.
Someone could just go to me, pick up the flask, and throw it. It's 2d6 radiant, doing some damage.
Yeah, I could do that, since I cannot produce much damage otherwise.
I think the rogue is also the best one to do that, right?
Yes.
Yeah, because it's dex-based.
It's a ranged attack, and the rogue can get sneak attack.
You can also do it as a bonus action.
So we should probably hand those off to the rogue at some point.
I'd have to come up and grab them. It's a form of pickpocketing, right? Your friend's just like, here, grab these out of my pocket. That's fine.
It's assisted pickpocketing.
Any other ideas?
Just point out that if he does decide to leave, we're going to have to go out those stairs where the rogue is, because that's the only way outside. But we're just going to have to kind of stay relatively close together, because if he goes through a wall and decides to hit the squishies and the tanks can't get there in time,
We're in trouble.
Yeah.
Any other thoughts? Let's roll up some initiative.
hey, that's more familiar.
Anybody get higher than a 20?
Yes, 22.
20 to a 15.
19 on the owl,
15 to a 10.
14 on the wizard.
12 on the demon. 10 to a 5.
8 on the fighter.
And 5 to a 0.
2 for the clerk.
Back to the natural order of things.
BlindOracle kicks off.
No idea how effective this will be, but we're going to try and hide from it. 20.
20 will do it.
Take the shot at advantage and see what happens. 23.
Yeah, that'll hit.
13 points.
It is resistant to non-magical piercing damage, so 13 is going to turn into a 6. Ow.
Let's move in, aggravate, and the target, I guess, is me? Yeah, let's go with me.
AzureWolf.
Step in to firebolt with advantage. 14 on both of them. 14
will hit.
Whopping 2 on the fire damage.
2 points of fire. It is resistant to that, so it's going to take half as much.
Start moving towards the stairway there to the east.
After the AzureWolf is the Shadow Demon. The Shadow Demon is immediately going to disengage, run through a wall. It's going to use its bonus action to hide. Does anyone have a passive perception higher than a 17?
Nope.
Okay, so nobody knows where it is. After that, we go to Fear.
Should we group together?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna go through this door thinking that the thing went into the room next to me.
Okay, you open the door, you go inside, and you search the room.
And I don't see it, so I'm gonna look for it, yeah.
As your action, make a perception check.
Yeah, that's not gonna do it. 9.
You do not find any shadow demons.
I'm gonna report that to them, too. I conclude that it's outside. And then I will leave the room, so I'm gonna head towards the rogue.
LongFish.
Put me to the corner west of the fighter. I'll hand out 1 flask of holy water to the fighter and the rogue each.
Give them both to the rogue. My accuracies with them is terrible.
Sounds good. BlindOracle.
Move me in front of the fighter, north of the fighter.
You jump up here.
No, I'm going to hide under the table.
Hide under the table. I like it. Very halfling of you. Cute.
Right until a shadow demon tries to hide there with you.
Right, I'm waiting for it.
Roll it up.
15. That's it. That's my turn.
You have an action. What do you want to do with your action?
Ready action. If I see a shadow demon, attack it with the holy water.
Ow.
Okay, I'm just reading something real quick about him because he has advantage on finding things with sight or hearing.
Ooh. What's his perception?
He has a +3 to it.
And then with advantage, he's got an 18.
He can communicate with me telepathically. Let's have him search the room.
Go ahead and make the roll.
First die's a 19.
19. There is no shadow demon in this room. AzureWolf.
So I'm going to relay that message to the group.
Okay, good stuff.
And I'm going to call dodge as my action. Move in with the group a little bit.
My turn.
You sound so excited that you get a turn. So excited.
Shadow Demon is going to reappear down here, and then he's going to move. As soon as he moves into the open, the rogue has a ready action.
I do. To throw this improvised weapon with advantage, I do not get my proficiency bonus of 2. It is a ranged weapon, so I do get my dex mod, so this will be dice +4 with advantage. 24 to hit.
A 24 will connect.
Okay, and it's how much damage? 2d4 damage?
2d6 radiant, and then additional 2d6 because you're sneak attacking.
Yes. So here's the radiant. So 7 radiant, and then this is the, I assume this is this untyped damage? What is this at this point?
It's radiant damage, right? Sneak attack just does the same thing.
Still radiant damage? Sneak dice, 11 sneak, and then 4 from my dex mod. 22 total.
Which turns into 44 points of radiant damage. Well, it was fun.
Did it die?
No, it's not dead. It's just wishing it wasn't alive.
I don't think it counts as alive.
It's going to move to there and attack the wizard. I got a 10 to hit.
No.
Single target monsters with single numbers of attacks. Okay.
I'm assuming it has some sort of wicked rider on all of that, though, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. If it had hit, it would have been amazing. He's going to do the same thing as...
He's also gonna hide under the table.
Yeah, that's actually smart. He'll hide under the table as well. He's going to make his roll. Does anybody have a passive perception of 20 or better?
Nope.
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 Cool. Nobody knows where he is. Fear.
He seems to have been in this room. I did see him go through a wall. So I'm going to ready an action to hit him when I see him.
Sounds good. Longfish.
Guess we'll go look for this thing.
Roll up your perception check.
It's a mighty 14.
That is not going to locate anything. BlindOracle, your turn.
On my turn, I'm holding the second vial of holy water. I'd probably throw it at him. So here's the hide check first. That's okay. That's a 28 to hide.
Ow.
The owl's going to search again. That is a dirty 20.
There's a shadow demon under the table.
Shadow demon.
Anything else with the owl?
No.
AzureWolf.
I relay the message that he's under the table.
Ah, there it is.
Firebolt at disadvantage. 14. Half of 1.
Half of 1 is 1.
Me shooting him didn't break his hide, right?
No, because you were shooting blind. Also, that's not how hide works.
That's it for me.
He's going to move through the floor and pop up over here. So he's going to make his attack first. He gets a 21 to hit the wizard.
Yeah, shield isn't going to help me, so I'm taking it.
He's going to do 14 points of psychic damage, plus another 11 points of psychic damage because he had advantage on the attack roll, for a total of 25 points of psychic damage.
Sure.
Probably throw it at him.
There is a table in the way. That'll just give him cover. Go ahead and throw if you wish.
I do. With advantage says 22 to hit.
Yeah, that'll hit.
So I'll just throw all 4 of these dice as the whole shebang. 18 total.
18 total. Yeah, that will kill him. He is gone from this realm. And that is the long rest. With the Shadow Demon defeated, that's the final encounter of the gnoll-occupied outpost. The players will now level up to level 5 and move on to the next dungeon. Next week, I'll release a video with all 6 encounters from the gnoll outpost, and we'll talk about the particular challenges of the different encounters. Thank you for stopping by. I'm Saracen Zero, and I'll see you next time.